I wanted to take this moment to share a little story you may have read in our regional news, but this is a story of a little 9-year-old girl who I had in process. And, she was about, almost 8 months into her process, at least 20 trays. And I felt awful calling her up and telling her that, we would need to be meeting in telehealth now. We'd be in the video, that she couldn't put her hands in the sand or touch the miniatures. And she said, "Dr. Freedle, can we still drink peppermint tea?" And I said, "Of course we can still drink peppermint tea." And we would begin every session with peppermint tea. And we ended every session picking an animal medicine card together. And so those rituals of drinking the tea and still picking the animal medicine card have sustained us moving forward. And so I'm going to give you a little example of what we used to do. I don't know if you can see my eyeglasses steaming up. But we would take our peppermint tea in the office and we would each blow on it, and we'd have contests to see whose glasses got the steamiest, right? And so it was so fun when we could continue that ritual even through telehealth. And so I bring that story to you because while I was really concerned about the sand and the miniatures, it was clear that this little girl, I call Mia, she was most concerned about our relationship and continuing our work together. And so she got me thinking about what we already know as Sandplay therapists, the essence of our work, the truths that we hold that can sustain us now during this time. So what we already know that relationships matter most. That in this time, if we tend to relationships first, really listen with our whole heart, and drink plenty of peppermint tea, we might be able to make the right decisions. Trust the process. May we get out of our own way and listen deeply to our clients and our souls. Remember Temenos. This helps us to hold and contain. So to develop ritual and ceremony to create safe and protected space, however and wherever we practice now. And to remember that the psyche expresses itself, right? Expresses itself through images, symbol, and play. And may we use these creative ways to access the language and the energies of the psyche, right? Dreams, symbol, art, poetry, self-directed play in many forms. And these things can continue through telehealth, even if we don't have the sand and the miniatures. And so what little Mia did in her most recent session was she decided she wanted to draw. And so she drew, and when she was done, and it was amazing, as she was drawing, she started to sing. And about 10 minutes in to our session, we just dropped. We dropped into that same silence and reverence that we did in Sandplay, as I heard her humming and singing. And then again, she holds her picture up to the web cam, and I take a screenshot, and then we went on a tour of her drawing, much like we would Sandplay. So we can still use image and play and symbols in our work. We also know the natural cycles of creation, destruction, and rebirth. We've seen these cycles in the sand. And may we hold these promises in our being during these most challenging times. We're all very deeply affected. We're in the cycle of perhaps destruction. Maybe some of us are in feeling some rebirth already, some changes. But these are natural cycles, and now they're a living reality on a global and collective scale. And always remember that our journey into the heart leads us to wholeness. Gita and I are studying very intensely, Dora Kolf's work together and writing about it. And, we're just reminded of just how this journey inward, Dora Kolf teaches us that the journey inward will naturally lead to differences in the external world, to improved relationships in our external reality. So let's remember to take care of ourselves and take time to be still, to go inward, and to listen to what Lucid Chambers calls the heartbeat of the psyche.